Oh, never mind. Wait a minute, is that my belt? Shawn Michaels is... What? This is weird. Today we are going back to 2005 to ask ourselves what happens in the season mode when SmackDown versus Raw. So SmackDown vs. Raw does feature a fully voiced season mode. So there are like cutscenes that are lots of cutscenes that are gonna play out fully voiced. And I legitimately can't remember anything about this game from when I was younger, except for like there's a weird shower scene at some point with like Tori Wilson or something. Anyway, you can't play as the whole roster. You can only play as selected characters because the selected characters are voice acted. This is the first season mode to have voice acting. So I want to play as Jericho. So I think I'm going to play as Jericho. It did also occur to me that I could have potentially played as someone like John Cena, who would have been very cool to play as. But I did do the Here Comes the Pain playthrough as Cena. So I want to play as someone different. So I want to go for Jericho. I'm a big fan of Jericho. So let's see how he plays out in this season mode. I'm going to go with the original stats as well, because he is the Intercontinental Champion by default in this game. So let's see where we get to with Jericho. So selecting Jericho here opens up this screen, and you do have the option to do various different things. So for example, we can view the title information. So on Raw, the World Heavyweight Champion is Randy Orton. We need to have 85 points to qualify for a World Heavyweight title match. But we are the Intercontinental Champion, and we only have 83 points. So we do need to earn some more points before going to the World Heavyweight Championship. But regardless, we'll see where we end up. We may lose the IC title at some point. There is also the shop zone. Within the shop zone, I do have a downloaded save just for the conveniency of doing all the YouTube videos that I do. But you can see here there are like experience points bundles that you can use for created superstars. There's legends, move sets. You can unlock Mass Kane. Shout out to Kenny Bomb. I know he always loves Mass Kanes. There's alternate attires. There's brand panties for the women on the main menu. There's new loading screens with the women, and yeah, very strange unlockables in this game. It was very of the time, as I like to say. Right, so this is where I got my misinformation from, as I said during the Here Comes the Pain let through that. So this is also where I got my misinformation from, because I did say in the last season mode I did for Here Comes the Pain that I wouldn't be able to upgrade my attributes because I chose the original stats in that game. And in this game, if you choose the original stats for a character, for example Chris Jericho here, you cannot change the original attributes, but you can change the season mode attributes. So if I was to play as Jericho as the season mode attributes, it would start me at an overall 26, and I wouldn't be able to do very much, but it is a good way of starting from nothing and working your way up to the top. But in this case, we're not going to be doing that. So, and there is also captions, which I'll leave on for the sake of the video, because I may end up talking over the cutscenes for the story mode. Let's go into April 1st and see what's going to happen to Jericho in this first episode of Raw. Shelton Benjamin is
The GM told me I've got a tag team match tonight. I hope you don't mind, but ask for you as my partner.
Okay, so we're starting off strong here. We are tag teaming, or we can tag team with Shelton. No problem, since I'm champ, I've got to keep myself from getting ring rust, or I'm the champ, why would I want to team with you? Man, this is always a tough thing. Do I play it like Jericho, or do I play it like me? Because I would say this, I don't mind. But also that Jericho being a dick is like, that sounds right. You know what? I'm going to play this as Jericho. So he's going to be heel.
Whoa. Calm down, champ. Sorry about not asking you, but the match is made. See you in the ring.
All right, we don't have a choice then. We are going to be tag teaming with Shelton Benjamin, whether we like it or not, in the first week in April. All right, this is our first match on Monday Night Raw then. This is Chris Jericho teaming with Shelton Benjamin. We are the Intercontinental Champion, and we are facing off against Christian and Rhyno. Shelton's also a heel, interestingly. This game sounds really weird to me, reason being that this game usually has backing music to it. Like, you'll hear the licensed soundtrack while you're wrestling in matches, but because obviously I've turned that off for the video because I don't want any copyright strikes, it sounds really weird. And it's probably okay to you because you're going to be hearing the music that I put in front of this, which is probably just some random SmackDown 1 and 2 music, but it's definitely very, very odd to be wrestling with no background music. So this game falls on from Here Comes the Pain. It's obviously very different from Here Comes the Pain. If you know anything about Here Comes the Pain, then you know that obviously it's widely regarded as one of the best wrestling games, never mind SmackDown games of all time. Never mind the fact that this somehow followed that up, and it's okay. I actually quite like SmackDown vs. Raw. I guess I've again grown to kind of like SmackDown Shut Your Mouth. I've grown to love it over time. I remember not enjoying SmackDown vs. Raw when it first came out for changing up how the matches play in Here Comes the Pain, I guess, or from Here Comes the Pain. In this situation, you know, the gameplay is just kind of, it's not slowed down tremendously, but like there's a huge graphical leap between SmackDown, Here Comes the Pain, and then this one. But if you're wondering how the controls play, the controls are really, really similar to Here Comes the Pain. You have, in the terms of grapples and stuff, you've got 4 grapple directions, up, down, left, and right. Left is your signature. Usually up is like power or lifting moves. So this will be an up attack. There we are. Right, I think, is quick grapples. And down is submission. So those are the options that you have available to your character, which means that you've got 16 moves to do as a character. And if you want to reverse, oh god, there's these mini games as well. I forgot about these mini games. I may need to focus if I get a chance. Oh, I'm gonna get a chance here. Oh, I did it terribly. I don't think I got a chance to finish what I was saying there, but basically right trigger blocks moves, left trigger blocks strikes, and that is the entire control scheme essentially. Now what we need to do here is we actually need to get Rhyno kind of off of the apron here. Unfortunately though, Christian is going to be a little bit awkward and he's not going to play alongside me here. You see as well, we have these dirty and clean meters. That's how I knew earlier on who was a face and who was a heel. So I'm a heel, so I've got a dirty meter, which means that basically for me to be breaking the rules, or whenever I break the rules, I'll be
1, 2, 3.
Okay, cool. I was trying to get Shelton in to interrupt, but like, whatever. This wasn't working. Either way, Rhyno not able to break up the pin in time, which means that we get the first win here. Shelton Benjamin celebrating in the ring with the Intercontinental Champion, Chris Jericho. That's me. I feel like there's going to be shenanigans here. Shenanigans abound as we see Christian and Rhyno leaving with the tail between their legs. I totally lost track of what I was saying. I was saying something. You might have multiple finishers, but I don't know what Jericho's finishers are. I don't know. We'll pick it up. This is the second week in April. You can see as well how differently formatted the season mode is, because you can't free roam backstage. So literally 2 games ago, Shut Your Mouth, you were able to free roam backstage. And then Here Comes the Pain simplified it to the point where you can just talk to people backstage. But SmackDown versus Raw takes away all of that, and you are literally just doing the shows. You're just doing the shows. It's all you need to do. You don't need to do anything else except save your game, do your attributes, and play the show. And then the story is told to you week on week through the game like that, which is not terrible. I don't mind it, actually. Christian is making his way to the ring, presumably. This is a cutscene, so this is a scripted event. I don't know what's going to happen though. I feel like he's either going to cut a promo or there's going to be shenanigans.
You know, I was in a tag team match last week against the Intercontinental Champion, and I've got to say, I wasn't impressed. I can say for a fact that in a pure wrestling contest, I'm the greatest superstar there is, and he knows it.
No. So here we get a choice then to either go into the ring and challenge Christian, or should we stay backstage? I mean, what he's saying is egregious and incorrect. So maybe we should go down to the ring and prove him wrong. I think our music is supposed to be playing, but it isn't. We're marching down to the ring. Not only are we marching down to the ring, we're marching down to the ring wearing our WWE Intercontinental Championship. Oh, I actually don't hear Jericho. I was expecting Jericho to be voice recorded there. I guess not. Maybe he's not in this game. Listen, pal, I didn't win this belt in a badminton tournament. If I get in the ring with you, I'll make you tap out without even breaking a sweat.
You better watch your mouth, pal. I guarantee that this won't be the last time I'm in the ring with you. And then we'll put your little theory to the test.
Okay, well, you talk the talk, but can you walk the walk? I say that we face each other in some kind of submission match, perhaps? Oh, Shelton, what's he got to say? I feel like this is all leading to some multi-man Intercontinental title match.
And I can't believe he believes it. Hey, I got a match with him tonight. Want to come down to the ring with me and do a little scouting?
Are you like my #1 fan? What's going on here? After that stupid tag match you suckered me into last week, you can forget that. I don't owe you any favors, so get the hell out of my face.
Whoa. Cool out, man. I was trying to do you a favor.
Nah, we're not friends, Shelton. It's lonely at the top, and I am the loneliest guy on Raw. The culmination of their match here, Shelton Benjamin is attacking Christian with Rhyno running in. We can hear good old JR in commentary. I'm presuming King's going to be there as well. Oh, and Christian defeating Shelton Benjamin with the walls of Jericho. Okay, Christian, you've made your point. You've made your point. And look, he's not even going to let go. He's just going to keep wrenching that back. Oh, here comes me with a goddamn sledgehammer. This game's insane. Okay, so I was watching the match then. I was watching on the monitor in the back, and I knew shit was going down, so I ran out here with a sledgehammer. Guys, I'm the heel here as well. Or at least I'm supposed to be the heel, but Christian's decided to take matters into his own hands. Oh no, Eric Bischoff, the boss.
Upset, but the trainers are looking at Shelton Benjamin right now, and there's really nothing you can do. You've still got a main event match tonight, so get ready.
Okay, I wasn't that bothered by Shelton, but I'll wrestle my main event match. Okay, so every single match can start with the possible minigame. So depending on what the minigame is, in this case you had to press the button as it appeared on the screen, which I did not do, which meant Rhyno had a very quick momentum shift there at the start of the match. He gets a little bit of momentum and he gets me down on the ring mat. But I've already turned the tides here, so didn't really get him very far. That was very close to a 3-count, Rhyno. That would have been very embarrassing for you. I may have been talking about the clean meters earlier on. So basically the clean meter is that you are a good guy, right? So you want to be doing good actions. Those are like following the rules. You want to be doing dives, top rope dives. You want to be doing like cool stuff like taunting and just basically playing within the rules. But there are heel actions you can do to fill your dirty meter. So if you wanted to play heel, if you wanted to, I don't know, if you can argue with the referee after a near fall, you can hold on to the ropes. If the submission becomes a rope break, somebody grabs the ropes, you can keep the submission held in until the 5 count, until you get disqualified, which is very, very cool. We have the Lion Tamer there as a move. Are we going to apply pressure as well? Oh my god, we can do a lot of damage with this. I think I also got a dirty meter in the last episode, or the last match, by hitting Shelton Benjamin, by hitting your tag team partner. So maybe that is also part of being a heel. Jericho's finisher seems to be an enziguri. I don't know why it's an enziguri. Oh, wow, it was a 1 count. Great. This is going to be one of those games where I think you build momentum way faster than the damages in the match. So I'll maybe see after the match if I can adjust some of the sliders so that we're not swimming in finishers and not able to, you know, I want to hit one finisher and end the match. I don't want to be hitting like endless finishers. Oh, I was just applying damage there. I didn't actually expect them to give up. But there we are. We have an easy win there on Rhyno. I have no doubt that there'll be shenanigans here. Of course. Christian running down to the ring. What's he? Oh, now he's just instantly... Not only attacked me, he's put me into my own walls of Jericho. And Shelton Benjamin's already on the shelf, so he's not going to come out and help me. Oh, he's got me tapping, of course. There we are. Christian can quite easily claim the fact that he made the champion tap outside of the bell. All right, both Jericho and Shelton rightfully going after Bischoff here.
But I've got some bad news, champ.
Oh, he's got some bad news.
To get a certain rival of yours to sign with Raw, I had to promise him at least one title match of his choosing.
What does that mean?
He wants your title in an ultimate submission match. Backlash.
Oh my, sorry, I read that before he even said it. So I have to face... Wait, Christian was already on Raw, so you're telling me that you signed him to Raw, and his condition was that he wanted an IC title match with me and an Ultimate Submission match? Oh my God.
Whoa. An Ultimate Submission match. That's a tough one.
It's not a tough one. It's going to take a long time.
Better dust off some submission moves, or you'll have to wrestle the whole match without tapping out at all. You retain the championship in a draw or disqualification.
Well, I have a submission finisher, or I should anyway.
Worry about the Ultimate Submission title match later. You've got your challenger and his buddy in a tornado tag team match tonight.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. So me and Shelton have now just become best friends, apparently, even though we're most definitely not friends. So the rules of a tornado tag match are simple. It's a regular tag team match. However, everyone is in the ring at the same time, so there are no tag mechanics here at play, which means I have to navigate the fact that Shelton can actually lose me this match. Technically. Well, not technically, he can lose me this match. This is not going well. In fact, this is really bad. Rhyno won't stop punching Shelton in the goddamn face, and now I'm getting rolled up as well. Am I supposed to lose this match or something? We are absolutely getting our asses kicked here. I think Shelton especially is not looking very good. He's really hurting in the corner there. I mean, he's currently trying to put the lay down on Rhyno, but Rhyno like spent the first just couple seconds of this match just absolutely destroying Shelton Benjamin's head, constantly doing the same attack over and over again, and I've not been able to get any real offense in either. Rhyno did kind of hit a goer. He didn't really hit Shelton here, so I was able to break up the pinfall when that happened, and I think even now, I think Rhyno's just going to keep doing the same moves over and over again. He seems to just keep doing this Irish whip attack, so I think I'm going to have to go over and try and bail Rhyno out, or not Rhyno, try and bail Shelton out. Oh no, I think Shelton, please. Oh, Shelton cost me the match. Oh, I had the Walls of Jericho in, but it wasn't enough. That's really unfortunate. Damn. I have a feeling I was supposed to lose that match because they were whipping my ass. Like, I did not have a chance here, but...
That's a preview of Backlash, JR. It's going to be out of sight. We are guaranteed to have a wild night this Sunday at Backlash.
Okay, so we're doing Backlash right now then. So I'm going to make sure though, Christian he's not going to tap just once. He's going to tap multiple times. I'm going to make sure of that.
Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you live on pay-per-view, the WWE Backlash. We've got a lot of great matches tonight, JR, but none of them tops the Ultimate Submission title match. We are guaranteed to see some impressive mat wrestling, that's for sure, King. I can't wait.
This match is the Ultimate Submission match. Submission match. And this is for the Intercontinental Championship. 15 minutes on the clock, and we need to make Christian tap as many times as possible. There are no disqualifications, there are no countouts. In fact, you can't even leave the ring. But that just means we get to inflict more and more punishment on Christian here as we try our best to make him tap as many times as possible. I've guaranteed to you, the audience, and I'm guaranteeing to myself as well, that I'm going to make Christian tap 3 times. At least 3 times. You know, considering there are no disqualifications, I should actually try it and take the corner pads off. So we can take the corner pads off. Ref, you can shout at me all you want. I'm going to throw him into this exposed turnbuckle pad and hopefully do some damage, but not if he's going to grab me like this. Oh, there he goes into the corner. I'm going to slam him against that exposed turnbuckle pad just to really make my point here. You can roll me up all you want. It doesn't mean anything. This is not a pinfall match, you loser. Well, Enziguri, which is a little lame, but hey, whatever. Into the Walls of Jericho, and the Walls of Jericho could spell doom for Christian here. It could be the first loss. Is he going to tap? He doesn't tap, which means you need to do more pressure. Come on, Christian. Come on. He might be a little too close to the ropes. It may trigger a rope break if he does touch the ropes. I mean, dubiously, I think his knee probably was in the ropes there, but that is our first submission of the match, and we have 10 minutes left. So again, my goal, as I said, I wasn't lying to you, my goal is to make Christian tap at least 3 times, just for his transgressions, just for the fact that he beat me up last week on Raw, and I'm not having any of it. Going for another Walls of Jericho, and he escapes again. That's twice now that he's actually escaped from the Walls of Jericho, like, immediately, so maybe I need to deal just a little bit more damage before trying to get him into the next submission. Okay, so this is going to be another attempt of the Walls of Jericho. I think we've got him this time. I don't see him getting out of this one. It's slap bang in the middle of the ring as well, and he submits for a second time. Oh no, he didn't. I was just gonna check my phone, but that is number 3's submission right there. I was expecting him to maybe try and get out of that, but nope. So we've got 8 minutes on the clock now, and we just need to get as many submissions as we so choose, because I have fulfilled my promise, and my promise was to make Christian tap at least 3 times. Let's see how much more pressure we can put on Christian then, since he's going to be an absolute bell end. Can you literally just chain? Can you chain these submissions? If I just keep doing this Walls of Jericho attack, is he just going to keep giving up? We have 1 minute remaining here, and as you can see from the counters, you can't actually see Christian's counter, but I promise he has not got a single submission on me. In fact, I'll see if I can move. There we are. You can see submit equals 0, which means he has not made me tap once in this whole 15 minutes, and you'll see that I have made him tap a total of 19. Although good to know that if I don't press a direction, I can in fact do another finisher. So Jericho seems to have 2 finishers, one being the Enziguri and the other one being a straight Walls of Jericho. Considering the damage that has been done to Christian here, after 15 minutes I've made him submit a total of 20 times to a 20-0, which is insane. I'm going to see if we can get him tap one more time just before the bell. There we are. He actually did tap, but it didn't count, so that is the end of the match. That was a brain-numbing 15 minutes, but we won, and we made our point abundantly clear not to fuck with the IC champion, Chris Jericho.
That was one for the ages. These 2 warriors fought to the very brink of human endurance.
It wasn't that hard, JR, to be honest. I just made him tap 20 times. He didn't even... I think he got me yellow body damage.
And I don't know if we ever will again, King. Good Lord, what a war!
It was less of a war, more of a kind of public execution, as it were. So backstage here at the end of this match, I have a memo, battle for the title. I'm not sure what that's going to say, so let's click onto it. I think you're ready for the title. What do you say? So we can choose to go for the World Heavyweight title or do not compete. We still have the IC title, and we've only done 1 storyline, so I'm going to say no for now. And we'll see where the storyline takes us. Well, the story has taken us into another tag team match here against Rhyno and Tajiri. We are teaming with the other Chris, Benoit, who we don't like. We do not condone anything about Benoit, but he is unfortunately a part of these games, so he can't be avoided. So think back to our last match. Rhyno and Christian did cause a little bit of an issue in that match. Tajiri is probably not going to cause as much trouble. Think back to the previous tag match we had, which was the regular tag match and not the tornado. Christian was okay. We were able to deal with Christian fairly simple, much like we are already dealing with Rhyno here. I've gone for a Walls of Jericho, which I may regret actually, because Tajiri is most likely going to interrupt this move. I didn't know how to get Benoit into the match. He kind of just entered automatically there, but to be fair, the damage might be done. Never mind. Never mind. I think I need to look up the tag team controls as to how I can potentially call Benoit into the ring, because I know you can definitely do it. You can tell Benoit to run into the ring and either attack Rhyno or Tajiri, but I don't remember how to do it. So, yeah, man, a move's a move. That's a big move to take the big guy down. And Tajiri doesn't run in time because I knocked him off the apron, which means we get another win here in June. Is it June? April, May, so it would be May, yes, it would be June. Tajiri and Rhyno leaving as Benoit and Jericho celebrate in the ring. No shenanigans abound. We don't have a storyline at the moment. Maybe we should have accepted. Oh, never mind. Wait a minute, is that my belt? Shawn Michaels is... What? This is weird. That was a weird camera cut.
Hey there, champ. What's up?
What are you doing with my belt? If you want to hold it so bad, why don't you try earning it?
You know, if I was champ, I think I'd be a little bit more careful with the title so that it, you know, doesn't end up in the wrong hands.
How are you even walking right now? I made you tap 20 times, bitch. What would be the heel thing to do? I guess you're a... am I even a heel? They stole my belt. I think I'm the good guy here. It's a 2-on-1. It's a 2-on-1. Can I even trust that Shelton would come back and help me? I don't even know. I'm gonna negotiate. Okay, I've ran down to the ring. I'm gonna negotiate, but I know that Christian's gonna attack me from behind with steel chair. Of course, I should have saw that one coming. I knew it in my bones. I'm being attacked. I'm being attacked here. It's a mugging.
I like the look of that gold.
You know, you had your chance and you lost 20 times, in fact.
Me too. You mind if we hang on to this for a while?
Sean, why are you even teaming with Christian?
I didn't hear a no.
Sean, you hate Canada. Why are we doing this?
What a heinous, cowardly act. That's no way to treat a champion.
Bischoff marching out of the stage. This is the next episode of Raw. What's he gonna? Is he gonna say something about the attack that just happened to me?
We saw one of the most shocking displays of unprofessionalism I've ever seen in all my days in sports entertainment.
Agreed.
So right now, I want the Intercontinental Champion to come down to the ring.
I swear to God, Christian, if you go down to the ring right now, I'm gonna be so mad. Okay, it's me. Whew. I was really worried for a second that it was gonna be Christian being like, "I'm the champion. I've got the belt."
I think I speak for every WWE fan when I say that what happened last week was unacceptable.
Good. We're on the same page then.
I mean, how could you just leave your title belt laying around there like that?
What the phone? Victim blaming.
That's a championship belt.
What?
No one touches that but the champ. And it's the champ's job to make sure of it.
That's some gaslight bullshit right there. Oh, here comes Tweedledee and
I
Tweedledum.
agree with our general manager, champ.
Are you kidding me?
You don't seem to have much respect for this title. So maybe I should hold on to it for a little while longer.
You know, how about we face each other for it? If you think that belt is meaningless to me, why don't you get in the ring with me and see how seriously I take it?
Maybe it's time we see if either of you deserve to wear that belt. We're going to have a non-title match tonight in this very ring.
Between...
Which one of those two do you want to take on, champ?
So I get the choice here. I can face HBK or Christian. Well, I've already beat Christian 20 times, so how about we go for Shawn Michaels? He doesn't even seem to care that I chose him.
Looks like the champ's made up his mind, and frankly, I'd hate to be a belt thief about right now.
Well, he looks brave, but how's he gonna feel when it's just him and the champ together in the ring later tonight?
He's going to get his ass whipped is what's going to happen. I chose this match. I chose to face Shawn Michaels, which could potentially be a massive mistake because Shawn is, of course, a legend and he knows all about championships. But you know what? Oh, I'm now clean wrestler. Shit. All right. Well, Shawn is definitely the heel. I am apparently the face now. So because I'm a clean wrestler, that actually means now you're going to see that whenever I do diving attacks like so, my clean bar is going to fill up like crazy. And the other ways to build up the clean bar is literally just by following the rules or doing things that are otherwise just good, I guess. Oh, of course. I should have expected Christian to interrupt. Oh my God. Errol just grabbed Christian out of the ring and made him fall. That was hilarious. I will say one thing that absolutely bugs me about this game is the heads-up display, the name plates and the animations for the characters. Why is Benoit coming out? Is Benoit on my side? But the health bars for the characters and the finisher states and all that, it's just so big. It's just too clunky. I wish the cameras maybe pulled out a bit more, because quite frequently you'll see that like the health bars actually cover up a lot of the guys in the ring and stuff, and I don't know, I prefer it to be a little bit smaller. And I guess in a way, like, it looks good. I appreciate the fact that it looks good, it gives me all the information that I need, but it's just far too big. So we can go for a cheeky Walls of Jericho here now that everyone's on the outside and there's no faffing about. We'll see if we can maybe get Shawn to tap here. And he doesn't, unfortunately, which is okay because we now have a finisher, which means we can block in the real Walls of Jericho, perhaps, and see if we can actually make Shawn tap. And if he doesn't, well, I'm going to hold it on and going to do some damage. Thankfully, he's far enough away from the ropes that it looks like I can maybe make him tap. Oh, it was actually way easier than I thought it would be. I thought that was going to be really, really hard. But there we are. We made Shawn Michaels tap. Hopefully we proved our point, but I have a funny feeling that we're not going to get our title belts back here. So Benoit and Jericho have laid out Shawn and Christian here, but as I said, I don't think we're going to get our titles back here. Oh, no shenanigans. But I didn't pick up the belt, so I'm guessing they didn't bring it. The next week on Raw, Eric Bischoff making his way to the ring, presumably to make a title match, hopefully for the pay-per-view, so I can get my title back.
You know, I was looking at last week's ratings, and the highest rated segment of the show was the grudge match between the champ and his choice of opponents.
I mean, it was Shawn Michaels Jericho. I would watch that.
So
It's a hell of a match.
We're going to have a non-title triple threat match between the champion and both opponents.
Great, isn't that just a handicap match essentially?
Tonight's triple threat, then he'll defend his title against tonight's winner this Sunday at Bad Blood.
If the champ should not win tonight's triple threat, then he'll do. All right, so whoever pins me tonight will be the contender at the pay-per-view. But if I win, do I choose the contender? How's that going to work? Well, first off, I am leaving this ring. I was going to leave the ring anyway. Thanks, guys. Oh my god, I just want to leave the ring. Oh no, are they just going to attack me? Is this that? Okay, they are going to attack each other. That's fine. I was going to say, if this is just a straight up, like, they are going to attack me all time, then, well, triple threat rules means no disqualification, which means I am going to grab a chair and start swinging for the fences. Unfortunately, if I was still a dirty wrestler, I would be able to fill my dirty meter by using weapons because that's a bad thing. Using weapons is generally a bad thing. Oh my god, he brought a fucking table into the ring. Oh my god, can I put him for the table? Oh, power slam through. Oh, never mind. I thought he was going to go for the table. There we are. That puts him through the table. Ow. He's probably not damaged enough to actually get the pin though, but it's going to be really tricky to actually get the pin in this kind of environment because the two of them are not going to make it easy, that's for sure. So if you see my Here Comes the Pain playthrough, this is actually a strategy that I ended up using quite a lot, which was spamming that full body attack with the sledgehammer, so we can kind of just keep doing that for the time being. Actually, it does full body damage, and it does. Oh, I lost my sledgehammer. I was expecting it to last forever, but I have to remember this isn't 2K here. Okay, well, Christian's out. To be honest, I'm gonna see if I can get a pinfall. And Shawn, he was already still down from that sledgehammer attack. Unfortunately, Christian able to get back in the ring just in time. I didn't realize I could pin from his sitting position. Bollocks. That corner is where I need to throw Christian. God, Jericho is just not fucking staying down, man. Not Jericho, Christian. Like, every single move that I do to Christian, he just immediately gets up. Like, I don't know how to stop Christian. Oh, okay, I lucked out, because every time I try and get Christian into the corner, on a table, out the ring, he would just constantly come back in, like, immediately. And I wasn't able to really capitalize on that. But thankfully, just at the end there, I was. Now, saying that, though, what does this mean for the pay-per-view? Because Bischoff didn't say what would happen if I won the match, and maybe the odds were stacked against me. Oh, Benoit coming out. I was going to say, I feel like Benoit's getting the short end of the stick here. Since HBK and Christian couldn't get the job done, how about you and me square off for that title shot next week? Is Benoit going to accept the offer? It looks like he is, and he does. So that means it's going to be Benoit and Jericho at the pay-per-view. Benoit's going to attack me, isn't he? I feel like if JR and King are going to be like, oh, this is so cordial, they're all being so respectful, I'm like, Benoit's going to attack me. Maybe he doesn't. He doesn't. All right. We actually have a friendly title match at the pay-per-view.
We're here tonight, live on pay-per-view at Bad Blood. Jim Ross here with Jerry, the King Lawler at ringside. And King, what a show we've got tonight.
A lot of great matches planned for tonight, JR, but I think the main event's gonna steal the show.
The Intercontinental title is on the line tonight. Folks, you don't want to miss this.
Well, believe it or not, this is actually a cordial title match, which is kind of crazy to think about. But after all that faff that we've had with Christian, especially with Christian, Rhyno, and Shawn Michaels, weirdly enough, the title combination here at Bad Blood has been chosen by, well, me. I chose Chris Benoit to face me for the Intercontinental Championship because he was the only man helping me, and we did not complete the minigame here, so no one really gets a win, but Benoit gets a very, very slight win. So he was able to get that Irish whip on me, but that's not going to be enough to swing the momentum in his favor here. So it'll be interesting to see how the story mode plays out, similar to like Here Comes the Pain, right? Because Here Comes the Pain, I feel like, even though we still got another half of the storyline to play, I feel like we were playing against the same people over and over again. Like, obviously I started that kind of mini feud with Jimmy Snuka forever, as some people were saying in the comments. And you know, I appreciate the fact that the game does have a bit of a smaller roster, and there is only so much you can do, but also he grabbed the belt. That's so cool. You can actually grab the belt at ringside. I don't know if Benoit was going to try and get himself disqualified here, but this is just a regular match. He would get himself disqualified if he hit me with that belt. What I was saying was, Here Comes the Pain, I feel like I've faced the same people over and over again. So I'm kind of hoping, at least I'm doing the same moves over and over again. I'm kind of hoping that in SmackDown vs. Raw we get to face quite a lot of different people, and already I'm quite liking the group that we are facing, because we've already faced like, or at least seen like 4 or 5 different people literally in the first storyline here. I'm wondering though, at what point do we like shenanigans lose the IC title, because I feel like you can't hold both belts at the same time, but I could be completely wrong. I don't know. I mean, I could choose to lose. Oh my god. I guess we could choose to lose the match, right? We could just get pinned like that and immediately lose the IC title, which would free us up to then go to the World Heavyweight Championship, because we now have enough superstar points to move up to the World Heavyweight Championship. But I'm gonna let Randy keep that belt for a little bit longer, because for the time being, I'm happy being the IC champion. I'm curious to see what storylines we get, and if my feud with Christian continues. I think I'm gonna go for a cheeky wall to Jericho here. Benoit's not looking too hot. His chest area is now red, actually. It was orange, now it's red. So I think that's probably going to be it. Benoit taps. We have retained our IC title match, or title belt, I should say, here at Bad Blood.
The champion has retained his title. My God, what a match.
I don't know how we're gonna follow that one up, JR.
I thought he was going to say the same shit over and over again. I legit thought it was going to be the same dialogue from the previous thing. But either way, we have successfully made it through Bad Blood with our Intercontinental Championship, which means that we're now moving into August, which is going to be SummerSlam. And I'm guessing this memo, again, is to allow me to go for the title. And I do not want to go for the title. So I want to see what we end up doing at SummerSlam. If you want to see more SmackDown vs. Raw, then be sure to subscribe and comment, like, you know, how the YouTube algorithm works. But if you like what you saw, please consider liking and subscribing to the channel. If you want to tell me your favorite part of the storyline so far, then obviously comment down below. Otherwise, that is going to be us for today, and we'll be back next week to see what happens at SummerSlam in SmackDown vs. Raw, and if we can retain our IC title. With that being said, thank you so much for watching. Bye for now.